listening to Bad Decisions with Jas. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from around the world, you're listening to Season 2, Episode 2 on Bad Decisions with Jas. Woohoo! I'm so excited that we're in Season 2, honestly. I was just talking to my mom, honestly, about how much my life can literally change in 24 hours, let alone 1 week. Like, I think this is kind of funny, but I'm dressed up today for those of you on YouTube, which is new for me because I don't usually dress up. I usually just kind of put Lululemon on, which I still have the nice ass leggings. Actually, they're joggers, but I still have them on. So we're like halfway there. You just can't see it unless I show you. So listen to this. Listen to the tea. Let me spill the tea real quick. How about we do that? I feel like people are obligated to listen to my podcast in order to ask me for favors. Does that make me shitty, like, for feeling like a certain way? Like, I just am like, guys, like, I'm still me. Like, if you have my number, you don't have to, like, listen to my podcast. But every time somebody's about to ask me for a favor, they're like, hey, Jas, I just listened to your podcast. I'm just like, well, did you, though? But did you? And if you did, then you didn't have to listen to that. I don't know. I feel some type of way about it. But I think that's okay because you're entitled to how you feel, and that's how I feel. I just feel like people don't actually want to listen to it when they want a favor. They just kind of do it because it's just easier to say, hey, I listen to your podcast. And by the way, like, no, you don't have to do that. But what's new on it? I have my cute little notes out here. We're ready. This episode, it's not just going to be my life, but I am going to give you a filler. So I don't know where that's going to leave us off at. Maybe like 6 minutes into this. You can probably skip to there if you don't want to hear my crazy as hell life. But, so, we're on some bad bitch business. Alright, we're here to fucking hustle, and that's it. That's what we're doing here. That is what Bad Decisions with Jas is. And it's making bad decisions, so. What bad decisions have I made recently? Let's talk about my wedding dress. I need to take a deep breath for this. I ordered the wrong wedding dress. Yay! Good job, Jas. I ordered the wrong wedding dress, I did. And I tried to get with the designer of the dress to be like, hey, can you just switch this? It's not the wrong wedding dress, I should say. It's not the wrong one. It's just that it's not... I did it white on white, and I wanted nude on white, or white on nude, whatever it is. I don't know, but basically, I just ordered it wrong, and yesterday I found out that it's not going to be here till September, which does make me a bit nervous. It really does, because September is 2 months away from November. You guys seeing where I'm going with this, or is it just me? Anyways, the point is that it comes 2 months before, and I'm freaking out a little bit because I'm just like, is it gonna be ready in time? Because I don't want to walk down this aisle with any other wedding dress other than the one that I got, because the one that I got, I didn't think I would cry when I went to go get my wedding dress. I really didn't think so. I was like, oh, like, I'll just know when I know. No. When I put the dress on, it was the first one I tried on. Let's start with that. It was the first one I tried on, and I just felt so light, so bubbly. I felt like Jas, no doubt in my mind. And then I went to try on like a million other dresses, and then I came back out, and I tried this dress on, and we put my hair up the way that I want it to be for the wedding, and we put the veil on. And I just bawled. I felt like a princess. I felt exactly like this is exactly where I need to be. It just was like, I am marrying my best friend and my favorite person in the whole world, and sorry mom, and just kidding, you're my favorite mom, does that count? But yeah, I just was like, yeah, anyways, always doing this, I'm always rambling about who knows what, and I just, Yeah, so whatever. Next. We're on to the next thing. I finished Love is Blind. Yeah, I watched those new episodes that came out, and I was like, oh my goodness. We have new episodes when I logged on to Netflix, because I got my time of the month yesterday, and I was like, you know what? I just want my heating pad. I want some tea. I want to sit down, relax. So I watched Love is Blind. Originally, I was going to watch Sex Life because the hype about it was like, what? But I was like, wait, I kind of want to see this instead. And, well, I think Jessica is lying to us. And also, though, okay, so I think that she's telling the truth when she says she really doesn't. But I think it's like, she's like lying to herself so much that she ends up believing it. And then we end up, like, she's trying to convince us so that way she can convince herself. I definitely see the beef. Now, what are their names? Lauren and Cameron, right? I don't know why I'm blanking out on their names right now, which is not like me at all, but they are such a cute couple, and they really are like the star of the show. You could tell, like, it started with them, it ended with them, it was them. That's it. And I love them. I think that they're such an iconic couple, and they're really cute together, and I follow them on TikTok, and I think that they're awesome. Anyways, not gonna ramble about it, but I watched it, and I was like, holy yeah, when Francesca came in, which she's really pretty. She's like gorgeous, but it's a pretty name too, actually. She's definitely a Francesca. Like, she's just so, she reminds me of actually one of my best friends, and they're like both kind of similar. They're like really reserved, but like low-key. They're bad bitches, but like low-key, they have like such a big personality, and I kind of like that about her. Anyways, what's next? Oh my god, my anxiety has been so bad, and I think it just has to do with my cycle, honestly, but my anxiety has been like, why are you here? Why are you doing this to me? Stop it. My heart rate, okay, so my resting heart rate is 62 BPM, right? I had anxiety one day. I'm just chilling in my car. I'm not doing anything. Nothing like high activity. What is it? Yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. And it was 120. Like, my Apple Watch was like, hi, warning, 120 BPM at the moment. I'm just like, holy shit, and it just made my heart race more because I was panicking on how to get it down, and yeah, it was just a whole mess. So, we are taking anxiety medication. I have a doctor's appointment with a doctor. Yeah, I see what I did there. I have an appointment with a doctor for my anxiety, and we're gonna see what we can do about it. This is what I mean by mental health is so important, because you should get that treatment. I'm not really a person who likes taking pills. I think that pills kind of masks the problem. It's like putting a band-aid on the real problem. But right now, because my anxiety is so high, and then we're also getting closer to the wedding, so it's just getting higher and higher because I just want everything to be perfect. I'm just gonna get on that medication. Your girl's just gonna make a good decision for once in her life, not a bad decision, and just get on the medication. We're just gonna call it a good day like that. That's it. That's all that we're gonna do. Also, I have taken an Enneagram. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Don't come for my life. But I took an Enneagram, and apparently I'm type 7, which I was not expecting. No, I was not expecting. But I took it twice, and I was like, wow, it must be, like, you know, I always say try things twice, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I took it twice, and it was type 7 both times, and I was like, okay, then I guess that's who I am. All right, well, that's interesting. So I'm like getting to know myself, getting to know more about myself, getting to know what triggers me, what can calm me down, what helps me, what doesn't help me, what motivates me, what drains me. It's pretty cool. You guys should check it out. And don't ask me how to spell it or what the website is. It's just, I don't know, it's just called Enneagram, and I'm sure if you Pinterest it, no, I know if you Pinterest it because I've done it before, then you will find it. And that is my weekly update. I clean my house every week, and I wish I recorded it. But I wish I recorded a timer of how long it takes me to clean this goddamn house, because in hubby's defense, he's busy taking care of like the yard and the cars and like all the crap I don't want to take care of, so I'm left doing all the interior stuff, and I'm just like, God. And I'm like such a neat freak, like everything has to be like sparkling to me, as if there's like a filter on it, but there's not. It has to sparkle. So I'm like legitimately like in there scrubbing and making sure it's like as white as it can be, or whatever color that it needs to be, it's just brighter and looks clean. And oh my God, it probably takes me like 5 hours or more. Like I literally dedicate Sundays at the moment. That will change when football season starts, but Sundays are my cleaning days, and I fold all the laundry, I clean all the rugs, I vacuum everything, I wipe down, and this is 2,300 square feet. So when I want a bigger house, I think I'm just gonna hire a maid because I'm already there right now. So okay, I need to breathe. Woo! Yeah, life is good. Life is stressful. I'm just stressing out about my wedding dress, honestly, and the fact that my anxiety is just so bad. And it's usually not like this. Usually I have like a pretty good control of it. So yeah, for those of you who wanted to skip, I'm so sorry. It turned out to be like 12 minutes because it'll probably take me 2 more minutes to get there. Let's be real. So back on this bad bitch business that we got here, what are we talking about today? Drum roll, please. Okay, we're talking about cancel culture. I'm not even gonna lie to you, okay? I barely understand it myself. So I'm gonna do the best that I can with what I did, with the research I did, I should say, and try and explain it. Also, I'm so sorry for this frizzy hair. On a side note, your girl is, I don't know what happened. I used a Dyson hairdryer. Usually doesn't make my hair this frizzy, so yeah, I curled it. That's new. Anyway, I'm so sorry. I gotta get better at this. I know. Anyways, yeah, so cancel culture, I don't really know what it is. From what I'm understanding, it's just basically when a group of people hold one person accountable for their comments or their actions or like whatever they did. But I think more often than not, we see people who are just collectively canceling a person or a thing when they don't disagree with it. Now, I talked about this in multiple episodes. You're entitled to how you feel. You're entitled to your opinions. But I think that the whole point of cancel culture, or I think that cancel culture should not be harmful. And from what I'm seeing a lot on like TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, a lot of it is. And I'm just like, how are you going to check someone else for the harmful thing that they said, but then you're being harmful right back? Don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't even get cancel culture. I don't even think that you can fully cancel someone you can't fully cancel someone, so like I'm right when I say that, but you can't, there's no way to like fully you can't fully cancel someone, but you can collectively make an impact on that person. And I think the person that I saw it the most with was James Charles. I remember all of the stories coming to light and everybody was telling us like, this is what's going on. And I was like, oh my God, I want to cancel them myself. So I unfollowed that James Charles off of everything. And I was just like, well, I just don't think that this person deserves to be famous. I don't think he can handle his fame. He can't even handle rejection. So yeah, I think that was the first time I really like noticed it, other than when Kaepernick took a knee during the national anthem. And I'm gonna go on a little rant real quick because we love those. Psych, I know we don't, but I'm gonna do it anyways because it's my podcast, so I can do whatever I want. But so I think as somebody who's in the service, I do not find it disrespectful when you want to take a knee during the national anthem instead of putting your hand over your heart. Just because, so many people died for this flag, for this country, that doesn't mean that you have to still stand up. Like, yeah, okay, respect them. So don't just be taking a knee because you're disrespecting all those soldiers who lost their lives in battle trying to fight for the rights of this country. No. It's that you should be taking a knee because you're not supporting a country who's not supporting you back. Yes, he's making millions of dollars. He's living his best life. Fine, whatever. Who cares? Aside from that bullshit, it's the fact that he feels he's not being treated equally in his country. And I know I'm being hella political, and I'm not usually like a political person. I'm like really emotional and like bubbly and whatever, but I do agree with him. If you feel as though you are not being treated equal in your country, you should definitely take a knee. Don't do it to disrespect those soldiers, but do it because you feel that you're not being respected. So I think that's kind of where it started. I think that's like the first few times that I really noticed cancel culture, but I didn't actually know what it meant then. I just knew that we were all trying to cancel this one person for whatever they did. Now, James Charles, I still don't follow him. Any videos with him in it, I do not watch. Maybe that makes me a little insensitive. Maybe that makes me a little toxic, but we like a little toxic in our lives, you know? I'm obviously getting married, so somebody does. But no, the point is that I just can't support him because I feel as though the apology that was given to the public was not sincere. I think it was very scripted, and that was obvious, and I don't support it. So yeah, cancel culture, holding people accountable to their actions. Honestly, I live by that. You should always hold people accountable to their actions. I think that right now there's been a lot of cancel culture from what I was seeing. One I know of because everybody was talking about it at my work section, but apparently DaBaby made some comments about HIV and how it's like only... I don't really want to say anything because I'm like, I don't want to get canceled, but I don't really know what he said. I couldn't find exactly what he said on the internet from when I was researching, but I also didn't like sit there and scroll through like hundreds of articles on DaBaby. No, I just know that he said something about HIV and AIDS and how it's like only for gays. Well, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And I think that's so insensitive and ignorant, but a lot of our stars that we idolize and we want up there are very ignorant and don't really pay attention to what they say. So I don't know how their publicist is going to handle that. Like, is he going to make a public apology for saying something like that and admit that he's kind of an idiot because he didn't know that was a disease that's been there for like, don't ask me how long, but for so many years, we could say, because that's accurate. And how it's not just something for gays. Like, I know that there's this, when I'm on Hulu and I'm watching, and you know how it comes up with advertisements, I know that there's like an advertisement that's kind of like, it literally says this product is not used for people who were born female at birth or something like that. And I get it, and I don't get it at the same time, because it's just like, we have so much technology literally at the tip of our fingers. Literally, our cell phones have so much technology in these bitches. They like, Google, are you joking? You can't sit there and actually research what you're talking about? Like, I'm trying not to swear, I'm sorry. But like, 2 + 2 is 4, motherfuckers. As I swear, oh my god. Yeah, no, another one that I had seen, and this one is actually one I'm pretty genuinely passionate about. I don't necessarily agree with the words that were used. However, I don't necessarily agree with the way the message came out or what the message really is. However, I do understand the perspective. So I'm gonna just drop a little perspective in your lives. J.K. Rowling, I don't know, whoever it is, but the author of Harry Potter had said something along the lines that transgender rights will basically endanger like women's rights. Okay, now as a woman who was born woman at birth, I take that very seriously. I'm not a feminist, and I've talked about that before. I am not a feminist, however, I do believe women are freaking gorgeous, incredible creatures. Like, I don't even understand our bodies sometimes, and literally, I have the body of a woman. I'm literally bleeding right now. Like, That's what's crazy to me. See, you could tell I'm passionate about it. But, so something I had seen was that a transgender woman, or I'm kind of ignorant about that too. I don't really know how it works, but basically if you say transgender in front of woman, that means that that person was born male at birth, right? That's what it means. We're just gonna go with that. So basically I do believe that, and I had seen a transgender woman winning, what was it, like, it was like a pageant for women. Now, I was a little salty about it, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, more power to you, you're awesome, good job, but I do think it's highly unfair because the things that go through women's bodies, like, there's a time of my month where I am so bloated, and a lot of should be all women should agree with me when I say this, but there's a time in my month where I'm so bloated. There is nothing I can do to take that bloated away from me. It's not because I have to go number 2. It's not because it's nothing other than the fact that my period's on its way and the hormones are making me bloated, and like, that's it. So these women go up for pageants and they're sitting there and they're doing so much to make sure their bodies look right and they look right and they feel good and whatever it is. And you know, men don't have this problem. Men literally don't have uteruses unless you're one of those weird cases, but they don't have that problem. So it's like these women are doing so much, making sure they eat right, making sure that their hormones are in check, making sure that they feel good, like look good, all of that. There's so much pressure on women, and like, how does a transgender woman win this, you know? And, you know, I support the gay community so much. I support transgender community so much. I have so many friends who are gay, who are in the process of transitioning, so I don't want to take away their recognition. I don't want to sit there and say that they don't deserve what they absolutely deserve, to be normal human beings. It's just that I feel as though the transgender movement is definitely putting a dim light on women we still don't have our rights yet. Like, okay, this is so weird, all right? And I know that we're kind of cutting it. It's a long podcast again. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. But I forgot my train of thought. Wow, that's what happened to me. Okay, so at work, I literally have everyone calling me sir. And I know that's really weird. And I know that's not normal. And yes, I'm very proud to be a woman, but I do have people calling me sir. Like, if it's yes, sir. Okay, it's not yes, ma'am. I don't want to be a ma'am. I want to be a sir. And the reason for that is because I want to be respected as a man, because the job that I do, the work that I do, is still just as good as if a man would have done it, but better. And the reason I say better, and I'm not discrediting men at all, is because most of the time when I've ever worked with a man, they are so disorganized. Like, so disorganized. I know I'm getting off topic, and I know we gotta cut this really, like, we gotta finish this soon. But the point is that I want to be called sir because I deserve that respect as a woman, as a person, as me, to be treated as an equal as a man, that my workload is just as reliable and trustworthy as if a man were to do it. So this is why I'm so passionate about it. I had also, like, on a side note, seen something on TikTok that said that basically they're taking away like mothers who give birth. They're calling them, like, I don't even remember what it was, but it's like birthing parent, and like breastfeeding was I don't know, parent feeding or something like that. Basically discrediting this entire miracle that comes from women only. Like, only women can give birth. A man cannot give birth, like I said, unless it's one of those weird cases. But the point is that it just kind of irritated me. So I understand where J.K. Rowling is coming from. I understand that the transgender movement is putting a bit of a dim light on women's rights, okay? I do understand that. However, the movement is very much, it should very much happen. They should be treated as equals as well. It just kind of does irritate me a little bit because we're still in this fight. We're still doing this fight, and, you know, we don't really get that recognition as equals. People just kind of think, oh, women just kind of do it. Now, there are feminists out there who are like extremists, and like, I'm not that. Okay, I just believe that I can be independent, I can support myself, I can have kids by myself, I can also work. There's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, I am an equal. I should be treated with the same respect that you treat a man. I've noticed multiple times on multiple instances where whenever we're meeting somebody, like hubby and I are meeting somebody, the man, if it's a man, most likely will shake hubby's hand, but will not shake mine. And I'm just like, that, it honestly irritates me. I'll get in the car after we're done with whatever we were doing, and I will literally like vent to it about hubby. So God bless that man for always listening to my rants, because if you guys think you have it bad, you only deal with it once a week. He deals with it literally every day, like 500 times a day. I don't even know how many times he deals with it, but he deals with it a lot. So yeah, and I did have one more, but we're not gonna get into it because it's already 30 minutes. We gotta cut this thing off for real. Plus, I want to go eat and finish my cute little coffee that I have here. So sorry. Hope you guys still love me. But yeah, so this is my cancel culture little podcast episode. I thought it was an interesting topic. I didn't really understand it, so I was like, oh, well, like I said, technology at the tips of our fingers. So I was like, okay, let me just research it, and maybe other people on my podcast didn't really know like what it was either. Maybe they were like, oh yeah, okay, this is interesting, now I understand what it is. And you know, if you still don't understand what it is, and I'm sorry, I probably didn't do a really good job explaining it, but I was kind of just explaining my opinion on everything, how I usually do it, talking really fast, gotta slow it down, kind of anxiety at the moment, also trying to rush because I want to go eat my Jimmy John's. I wanted Chipotle but didn't get it. I'm gonna be thankful anyways. So without further ado, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. I love all my listeners. Shout out to my listener in Russia. That's new for me. That's pretty awesome though. So thank you for the support from all of you guys. I love you guys. And yeah, so be safe, be happy, and be loved. XOXO Jas.